So we're taking a walk from the beautiful Carby's Bay, St Ives, where we've been staying. Very nice apartment, and we're on the way to Hale along the coastal path to St Ives Brewery to have a little sample of a couple of beers in their tap room. Very nice.
Look over there how beautiful it is. And if you look back, where we've come from.
Some of the most beautifulest places to be on earth. So I got the perfect walking attire for this muddy patch. We have both got white footwear on. So we stopped over at the old forge here on the way, which was very nice. We had a lovely cup of coffee and a really nice slice of cake that we shared between us. Just for Janie to find out that the St Ives Brewery doesn't actually open on a Wednesday.
Is it open, I ask? I don't know, he says. Of course it will be. So I reached my phone, I put it in, and as I'm doing it, he's like, don't wind me up.
Don't wind me up. It's definitely open.
So then I turned my phone to him to show him that the opening hours don't include a Wednesday.
So here we are on a Wednesday walking to St Ives Brewery that don't actually open on a Wednesday. The tap room does not open on a Wednesday. However, it opens on Thursday and Friday. So we've booked a brewery tour on Friday. So this video will resume in a second. So the result was Janie drove me to the brewery. So we've actually made it to the tap room, and we're a little early. So because we're a little early, might as well have a drink before the tour, eh? Wow. So while Janie fills out the forms for the brewery, we've just been served at the tap room a little early by a really lovely young man. Gave me a sample of a few beers, but this is their Slipway. Is it Slipway?
I think so.
And he said it's fresh, and by God it is fresh, and it's a New England IPA. However, everything you'd expect from a New England IPA. Really fruity, really hoppy, really fresh, really crisp, clean, really nice. But it has a very nice, very lingering bitterness that just sits there, but not enough to make your saliva, just enough to just sit there nicely and sort of take it in, like taking in the sunshine that we've got here. Very lovely example of a nice, as you say it, smelly beer. Janie's up. Yeah, it's a smelly beer, simply because the hops are quite powerful. Really fruity, really lovely. Also, let me just show you this for our designated driver today, Mrs. Spencer. Look at this. It's a, what is it, 0.5% Wonderfull. There you go. How is it?
It's alright.
Yeah, it's alright. You don't get much of a beer review from Janie. How are the crisps?
Nice.
Nice. Crisps are nice. But yeah, Wonderfull, if you're driving, give it a go. Not for me, but there you go. So I'm just discussing with Janie. She always says about like how these beers smell. Now, I mean, look, a lovely glass as well. I love the glasses. I love it when you don't go pineapple or mango or I mean, if I was to give that to Janie who likes fruit, can you smell pineapple or mango in that? No. What? Yes. No.
No.
It just stings, doesn't it? To you,
Smells
it just
fruity.
smells. So if there was a pineapple, mango, peach, pear, pine, all that sort of stuff, then I'm sure Jenny would smell that. But basically, no. What it is, it's like it's just a mushed up. It's fruity. It's like really tropical, very danky, very like. Just there's so much fruitness in there. It's just a hop fruit smell from the hops. And that's how I smell it. And Janie describes it perfectly as a smelly beer. So if Janie says it's a smelly beer, you tend to find that it's a spot on beer, and it's got a nice. When I first tasted it, I actually, before the hops hit me up, I actually did get a bit of a back addition of a malt. So I don't even know what's in this. I've not even asked. All I know it's a New England IPA. But yeah, it's a smelly beer. It's a good one. So I keep saying Black Road West, but it's not. It's Back Road West. So I just thought I'd come and say hello. I'd had a few samples, so I didn't have my glasses on. So, you know, just to let you know, it's Back Road West. A Black Road West, is it not?
Back Road West, yeah.
Right, which is a West Coast IPA at 6.5% ABV. And then moving completely the other scale is the toffee pudding, also at 6.5 ABV.
Well, I need to try a bit of
Well, you do need to try a bit of them. So this is I'm Sorry Dave, and this guy here now is pouring me a number 8 Destination. Oh, tell me about this beer.
Double IPA.
Double IPA.
It's really juicy.
Yeah, killer. Is this the double IPA we had on the tour?
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. There it is. So I wasn't sure that I'd be allowed to film in here, but then Fran says, "No, come on up. Let's do some filming." So here we have a bit of oatmeal stout. This is absolutely full-bodied and beautiful as you'd expect. Really, really. And look at these glasses. Perfect tasting glasses. Even Jenny likes that, don't you, Jenny? I've not actually tried this yet, but this is the toffee pudding.
I'll wait for a minute.
Oh my word.
Okay, I'll wait. Get some ice in that glass and then I'll just put it in there. Yeah? Is that alright? If I say.
Quite the Back Road.
Goodness gracious me, that is... That, oh my god, that really is a toffee pudding, isn't it? Oh. Oh, that's got them dark fruits in there. I can't really lend you to the full flavours because I'm mixing so much. And then we have a Black Road West Coast IPA. Now straight away, when I picked that up after the toffee pudding, I got a hit of malt straight away. And I always think a great West Coast IPA is very hoppy, as you'd expect, but balanced with some malt backbone with it. Right, okay, so Fran, who's just took us for the brewery tour, is taking me back round, the right way. I've been drinking the double IPA, which was collaborated with Simon from the Real Ale Craft Beer channel. So here we go, going up the steps for an exclusive look round, all by myself. So here we are.
So basically this is like the touch screen of the brewery pretty much. So it's everything from dry goods. So outside the silo, currently got 17 tons of grain outside. Shows the mill process through there. You go then through to the mashing screen. This is basically the kettle, the hot water supply and the brew water supply.
All right, yeah.
So it's all touchscreen controlled. It's all got a sensor on it, so everything's got a sensor on it. So the bottom sensor and top sensor is how much weight and what. It's a pretty smart bit of kit. And it's every step of brew process. So that's the louter there, so the grains get mashed out. Got the whirlpool there, hot water supply, brew water supply. You've got the cooling routes, so each tank's got a glycol jacket on it. So that shows you, so currently the ice water tank is about 5.3 degrees. Hot water tank's off for a minute because it's the weekend, and save power will turn it off over the weekend. And then the brew water, well, that there is 10,000 litres. That can't see that, that's outside the back of the building. That is a big, big tank outside. And these are what's currently in tank. So these are the DPVs, so that stands for dual purpose vessels. That's the big tanks that Fran's already explained. So you see there, so we've got Porth in tank 1. It's currently got a jump, well, the cooling jacket's on at the minute at about 12 degrees. So that keeps it cool at the weekend whilst it's fermenting. We've got one there that's coming out soon. That's currently at 0.8 degrees. So that's ready for Monday morning's packaging. So 9 tanks there. They're currently most in the field, I think, apart from 2 and 5, I think. Well, 5's got bits in it. And then here's the bright tanks. These 3 tanks here is beer that's ready to drink. So currently tank 1, we've got it's about 6,000 litres of beer at the minute. About 2.3 degrees, again ready for Monday morning.
A very nice beer. That's
yeah,
very
good
nice.
beer. So that's ready in tank 1 for Monday morning packaging. And we've got a Cantor that hasn't been released yet, that beer. So I'll quickly get off that screen. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. And this year, so this is called the input-output test of the IO screen.
Look at that.
So that's every single valve and load cell and sensor we've got in the building.
And what's your name, sir?
My name's Tom.
Tom.
Yeah. I'm the
Pleased to meet you, Tom.
I'm the brewery engineer / packet manager.
Wow.
So we've got Callum, head brewer. Callum does all this sort of stuff. We sort of do both jobs together. But I mean, imagine the line in the building. This is Callum's side, and down that end's on my side. That's what I look after.
But what I love about this is what you explained today. There's nobody having to shovel that grain out at the end of the day for the farmer, is there? There's
almost. So it's almost nice. So this is after here. So this is where the grain comes out of. Underneath that, it's a big sort of like 10-inch valve almost. We've got a big one. You call it the yellow bucket. It's a big yellow tipper on the forklift. You drive that in, undo the valve, all comes out, and we'll just tip it in the trailer outside. And there's a guy called Luke that owns a farm up the road. He just comes down, picks the trailer up, gives it to the cows, and the cows get drunk. I'm not sure. The cows with the grains, you know, it's still very nutritious for the cows. It's spent grain, so it's no use to us anymore. So yeah, the farmer gets it, feeds cows and pigs.
Absolutely brilliant, brilliant. Benefits everybody.
It does, yeah. So these are tank temperatures. So it's everything from the DPVs to the bright tanks. The load size see there is that big metal box behind us where the grain gets milled. Some are mashing up, when we're getting grain in the tank and stuff, you know that per brewery you say these 400 kilos of something that'll go there, and it's weighed out for us to see us not having to guess. The conductivity, that's for the cleaning kit downstairs. So it's a conductivity of the caustic in that, so we know so there's a correct ratios of water to caustic.
All right, yeah,
so we're not oversaturating tanks with cleaning fluids. Safety switches, they're self-explanatory. It's the e-stops down there. We've got a few buttons around the brew kit. If there's something's happening, we just smack the button and it will just stop the process that's going on there. Level switches, that's levels of tanks. Input alarms and beacons as well. So the beacon's the bit shit there. So there's a beacon there, and I won't turn it on now, but it's a stupidly loud alarm. If something's jammed, or if a pump's trying to pump something somewhere else and it jams somewhere, the system knows there's a blockage from some part of it. And it will sound a loud alarm, and we all just come scrambling from over around the building up to here.
It's not a fire alarm, it's a beer alarm.
It's a beer alarm, yeah, beer alarm. And that's pretty, so yeah, so pressure, everything else. So in a minute, most things aren't under pressure because it's not brewing. Then level pressures, that's the levels of the tanks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And all those there, that's input-output tests. So what's green is currently engaged, that's the valve that's open. What's red is a manually closed valve, and the blue ones are in a ready state, ready to be done by something.
So what I love about this is, regardless of all that technology that's just gone straight over my head, you have this guy here who's so passionate. You heard that, the passion. And you have this lovely lady here as well who done the tour. What's your name?
Fran.
It's Fran. She did the tour. Fran did the tour. Fran did the tour. What a wonderful tour it was as well, and so knowledgeable. But it's all like a big family here. It's like a really, really, really big family, and everybody's so passionate, and that's what I love. And I just want to thank Fran. I've drank some of their beer, so it's a little bit slurry. I just want to thank Fran for allowing me to come back up here and chat to, is it Tom?
Tom, yeah.
To Tom as well, to explain this super, super, super high-tech system we've got here. And also I want to mention, what was that, is it the Beer 52?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, so explain a little bit about Beer 52. I'm going to turn it this way. Oh, that's not going to help with the editing.
So Beer 52 is a really cool subscription box that sends beers that have been created all over the world to people all over the world who want to enjoy craft beers. They're really passionate about growing independent breweries, and it's a really cool opportunity for people to try beer from different countries that you might not have heard of before.
And it's fantastic. And from what I'm getting, correct me if I'm wrong, it's basically like these small brewers that want to brew their own recipe beers, their own beers, that just haven't got the facilities to do it. And so they come to these guys who help them out, and you basically brew their recipe beers
Some
for
of them, yeah. Some of them, we are really fortunate enough to have quite a big facility here where we can produce beer with their name on it, it doesn't have our name on it at all. Or Beer 52 does work with other independent breweries such as ourselves that are also a little bit bigger, but still might not be a global brand yet.
And how cool, they're not even putting their name on the beer they're brewing just to help these people out. That is cool. That's a thumbs up, Fran, isn't it?
It's a thumbs up.
I thought that was absolutely fantastic how they explain that you've got the Beer 52 is helping out these independent sort of like brewers that need the help of bigger breweries to brew the beer. And on the back of that, I thought that was great. So here we have it, turned up today. Here it is. So I'm going to unbox this. So there's 10 craft beers in there. I think you get a magazine and some snacks. You actually get 8 beers, but I opted for the extra 2. There was a discount code as well. So that box there has cost me £16 this time, and then I think it's £27 a month. Anyway, I'll go more into that, but I will unbox this at the end of this video if you fancy watching it, if the video will allow me to the time to do it. If not, I will show it on a separate video. But how cool was that? Right, back to the chat with Tom. So even though it's very complex, this is sort of like a simplified description of this Star Wars channel.
Yeah, pretty much. So this is the sort of brew start here almost. So you can do 3 brews at once, well not at once almost, and we can get 3 lined up ready to go. And it's pretty much you put in your beer spec, you put in your gallon numbers. The gallon number is a batch tracking number, so everything here leads with the gallon number. So if it goes to somewhere and there's never an issue about beer, but it can be traced back to us then and where it came from, the grain come from, where all the hops come from, etc. And yeah, so down the line there, you just put your bits and bobs in, set your targets you want to hit, and it's simple to press and play. Like you would on a DVD player or something, and it will. Most of it is semi-automated, so you have to manually add hops to the fermentation process and stuff.
But you know what you're adding
to
the beer each time, don't you, to make that beer?
Yeah, to make whatever we're making, yeah. So if it's mere, different kind of hops, if it's slipway, the slipway is full of oats, so that's quite a hazy one. So, yeah, so we add oats to the process.
That was a very nice beer, actually.
That's my favourite, yeah, so that's all that we do. So for me, it's mere. Mere is the one, it's an easy drinking one, but slipway is...
We had that at, is it Una?
Yeah,
Una, we went there. We went there for afternoon tea, and we had that, and that was very, very nice.
So I think slipway for us is hard to keep in stock. We'll make it. Also, we did the double brew of it that came out last week. No, this week wasn't it? I think Wednesday. I think we did it. Top of my head, I can't remember now.
Well, I had a very fresh pint of it when I turned up here. He said it was very fresh. He said, I think it was
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It's
beautiful.
Wednesday we put it to can, put it to keg, and it sounded like hotcakes.
Yeah,
it's hard to keep that in stock.
I'm not surprised. It's absolutely beautiful.
So it's about sort of two and a half, 3 weeks in tank to ferment. So it takes a while to ferment it, but it's try our best.
You do well.
Pleasure, man.
So while you're here at the St Ives Brewery, look at the tap room. Grab yourself a pizza.
I don't think it's here every night.
It's not here.
No, I think they have different things here.
All right. What flavour is this one?
Mushroom.
Come on, you just told me.
Mushroom with David Stone.
David Stone what? Cheese. Yep.
Cornish blue.
Cornish blue.
Kale and spinach, I think.
Kale and spinach, I think. Oh my god. That particular day we were there, they had a pizza van there, and the pizza was absolutely gorgeous. But I think they do other things there. So check out the website. I'll put all the website details in the description and that. Check it out for what they do on whatever particular night. But yeah, absolutely brilliant, fantastic, really good. So we are on the way home, well, when I say home, back to the apartment, from the most wonderfulest brewery tour ever. Like, the St Ives Brewery, absolutely fantastic, and I just want to thank Mrs Spencer for driving today. Thank you, Mrs Spencer.
You're welcome.
Like, because there was no way I was going to that brewery tour and having to put my hands behind the wheel of this car. So yes, an absolutely fantastic time there, and they're so passionate about what they do, and their beers are absolutely, every single one I tried was fantastic. And then I bought a few cans, and I had the Slipway when I was back home, when I just could just concentrate on that beer as well. It was lovely. But anyway, I'm going to try and get this in. So this is the beer 52. Let's get this unboxed, and I'm just going to fly this out, and then what I'll probably do is do a bit more of an in-depth video about this. But I just wanted to do this because I thought it was fantastic that Fran was telling me about this and what they did, and I'd never heard of them before. And here's a little envelope, look. Oh, happy Father's Day. Dad, there we go. So let's do some tasting together. 8 beers, 3 postcards to join me in the UK's most popular craft beer lord, blah blah blah. Well, yeah, I have done. Happy Father's Day, a bit late, but never mind. I appreciate the sentiment. So yeah, I feel like father of beer 52. So oh, here we go. Very well packaged. Oh, so straight away, one from the Northern Monk. We know all about North. So I don't think it's necessary that they're all independent. I think so. Obviously, Northern Monk isn't, but I think you're getting beers from all over the world. I've got to look into this and find out the proper information. But I'm just showing you this because St Ives Brewery mentioned it. So a London Porter here. Now, because the actual breweries that are helping these, because they did show us a can while we was there. I can't remember what it looked like, but basically it was a beer that St Ives Brewery had brewed, but it got none of their branding on. But they did show us what it was, and it was something like, something like this. So this London Porter, blah blah blah. So brewed by Brewo at St Ives. Right, so I'm not sure what that actually means. Maybe if Fran's watching this video, she might comment on that. But yes, so we're obviously getting Northern Monk that we all know well. But then we're getting, look at this, 45 days rice lager. So there's going to be some really interesting stuff in here. Brewed, fermented and matured for 45 days. Wow. So yep, so there's that. Diving in to Chef's Brewing, Crop Collection, multi-grain IPA. So as well, we got some tangy cheese, chickpeas, some snacks. Oh, what else we got in here? I'm hoping there's a magazine in here. A little bit of Bombay sweet, a little bit crunchy. Right, I've got to remove the more packaging. I'm trying to do this quite quick. Oh, so where's my magazine? March Equinox. So yeah, so basically we're getting just a lot of different beers in here. Very interesting. Looking forward to trying them. I won't be dark wheat. So I think this is a dark and light box, like a mixed box. 2 tribes. So you get the idea. Oh, St Ives Pud. So sticky toffee pudding, St Ives Brewery. Here we go. So this obviously, like I say, it's beers from independent brewers that we've probably never heard of from all around the world. But then there's breweries that so it's beers from breweries that we know as well as, so it's like just introducing us to all these. So if you've never been to St Ives Brewery and you ordered a box from the Beer 52, you'd end up with, you know, in this particular box, we've ended up with a beer from the St Ives Brewery. Now, if this is that St Ives Sticky Toffee Pudding, or the Toffee Pudding Stout as it was called, that is great. That's really good, because I don't think that was available. I think they'd sold out of that. So bonus, doing not a review as such, but a chat about St Ives Brewery, and then voila, up pops one of their beers. Oh, and a cold IPA. Yeah, I had a cold IPA the other day, and it was gluten-free. Very good, so fresh and breezy. So yes, so the only thing is, it says there is, oh, and here it is. So, just when I thought I was disappointed because the magazine weren't there, hiding, packed nicely in the box to keep it obviously not bent, not bendy type of thing, is a little magazine with a few bits of information in. So anyway, so when my next box comes, which will obviously be next month, I will do a proper in-depth video about it. I'll find a bit more information out of it. But for now, I just wanted to throw this one in the mix as a thank you to St Ives for doing what they do, St Ives Brewery, and introducing me to the Beer 52 Club. So we'll see how that goes. Well, anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, give me a thumbs up, please comment, please share. Please, if you're down St Ives or down that way in Cornwall, please go and visit them. You will not be disappointed. A wonderful tap room, really lovely staff. Here's Janie now to come and tell me I'm probably waffling on too much. And yeah, just enjoy the St Ives Brewery. And please subscribe if you will. And for everybody that has subscribed, thank you so much. And I will see you shortly, as Janie calls me, shortly, because I am shortly. Right, ta-da.